My name doesn't matter, but his. You'd know him from the business headlines. I've been his house cleaner for 4 years now. 12-bedroom mansion, indoor pool, wine cellar, art collection worth more than most people's houses. But here's the thing, I don't actually clean anything. I sterilize everything 3 times in a specific order with hospital-grade chemicals. And if I mess up the sequence even once, he makes me start over from the beginning, the entire house. It took me 2 years to understand what I was really seeing. This isn't about cleanliness. This is about terror. The man who runs a billion-dollar empire is absolutely terrified of germs. Not just particular about hygiene. Not just a neat freak. I'm talking full-blown, life-destroying, completely irrational fear of contamination. Let me tell you what a typical morning looks like. I arrive at 5 a.m. He's already been awake for hours, standing in his decontamination chamber. Yes, he built a decontamination chamber in his house. UV lights, antimicrobial mist, air filtration system. He stands there for 30 minutes every morning, breathing through a medical-grade mask. When he finally comes out, he's wearing surgical gloves. Always. I have never in 4 years seen his bare hands. The gloves get changed every hour. On the hour, he sets timers. His breakfast arrives pre-packaged in sterile containers. No fresh fruit, no bread that could harbor bacteria. Everything processed, sealed, irradiated. He eats with disposable utensils. New ones for every bite. I watch him sometimes through the kitchen window. Sitting alone at his massive dining table, carefully opening each sterile package with tweezers. Never using his hands directly, even with gloves on. The man owns restaurants around the world. Has never eaten at a single one of them. But that's just the beginning. His home office is where it gets really strange. Every surface covered in plastic sheeting, changed daily. The air purification system runs continuously with a sound like a jet engine. When he has business meetings, which is rare, everyone has to go through decontamination first. Shoe covers, hairnets, masks, gloves. Most meetings happen by video call now. He lost millions in deals because clients refused to go through his cleanliness protocol. I've seen grown men, powerful executives walk out in disgust when they realize what he expects. But the saddest part is watching him try to have relationships. His assistant quit after 6 months. Said she couldn't handle putting on hazmat gear just to deliver documents. His personal trainer lasted 3 weeks. Couldn't stand that all the equipment had to be bleached before and after every session. He had a girlfriend once when I first started working here. Beautiful woman, very patient. She tried so hard to understand. I remember watching her stand outside his bedroom door, wanting to comfort him during a panic attack, but not allowed to enter because she hadn't gone through the decontamination process. She left crying. That was 2 years ago. He hasn't dated since. The worst part is business travel. He owns private jets because commercial airlines are, in his words, flying petri dishes. But even his own plane gets completely sanitized before every flight. I've seen the manifest for a 2-hour business trip. 4 hours of airplane decontamination, plus his pre-flight sterilization routine, plus post-flight quarantine. A 2-hour meeting requires an entire day of germ-fighting protocols. He's missed board meetings, merger negotiations, family funerals. All because he couldn't guarantee a sterile travel environment. Last month, his brother had a heart attack. Family begged him to come to the hospital. He couldn't do it. Hospitals are the worst possible environment for someone with his condition. He sent flowers in a sealed container and attended the funeral by video call. His own brother's funeral. The control room is what really shows how deep this goes. He has a room dedicated to monitoring everything that enters his house. Every package, every delivery, every piece of mail gets photographed, cataloged, and treated like a biohazard. Food deliveries go through a 48-hour quarantine process. He has a separate refrigerated storage unit just for quarantined items. I've watched him throw away thousands of dollars worth of groceries because the delivery truck was 5 minutes late, and he convinced himself that meant contamination. His medicine cabinet looks like a pharmacy. Antibiotics, antifungals, antivirals, immune boosters, probiotics. He takes dozens of pills daily, trying to protect himself from threats that exist mostly in his mind. But here's what breaks my heart. Sometimes I catch him staring out the window at people walking by on the street. Couples holding hands, friends hugging goodbye, children playing together. Normal human contact that he hasn't experienced in years. He told me once, I remember what it felt like to shake hands with someone. But I can't remember the last time I touched another human being. The gloves are always there. The barriers are always up. He has everything money can buy, but he can't buy his way out of his own mind. Last week, he asked me to research germ-free vacation destinations. I had to tell him that no such place exists. What about Antarctica? He asked. Surely the cold would kill everything. I explained that Antarctica has research stations full of people. People carry germs. He was quiet for a long time. Then he said, so I'm trapped. In this house, in this routine forever. The tragedy is that his fear has created exactly what he was trying to avoid. Isolation is making him sicker than any germ ever could. His immune system is probably weaker now because it never encounters anything. His mental health is deteriorating. His business is suffering because he can't function in the real world. Yesterday, I found him in his office at 3 a.m., researching how to build a completely sterile environment on a private island. Maybe if I control everything from the ground up, he said. Every person screened, every surface maintained, every molecule of air filtered. He's planning to spend hundreds of millions of dollars to create a germ-free world, just so he can live in it. But here's what he doesn't understand. The germs aren't the real problem. The fear is, and fear follows you everywhere. Even to private islands, even to decontamination chambers. Even to sterile mansions with plastic-covered furniture and UV lights in every room. I want to tell him that life is supposed to be a little messy. That touching things, sharing meals, breathing the same air as other people. That's how we connect. But I'm just the cleaner. And my job is to maintain his illusion that the world can be made safe through enough disinfectant and careful protocol. So every morning I put on my protective gear, follow his sterilization checklist, and help him hide from a world full of invisible threats. While he misses out on everything that makes life worth living. The irony is that in trying to protect himself from everything, he's protecting himself from living. And that might be the saddest waste of all.